watching the video on how to bowl here. I think I'd like to start out with a little bit of history. Worldwide, over 100 million people enjoy bowling. In the 1930s, a British anthropologist discovered a grave dating back to 3200 BC, and in that grave were artifacts of a game similar to bowling, showing just how long bowling has been around. In 1366, King Edward III banned bowling so that his troops could focus more on their archery practice as opposed to bowling. In 1895, the American Bowling Congress was formed, and this set a standard set of rules for all of bowling. In 1914, Brunswick created the first ball that was made not from wood, it was made from a urethane. And then in 1952, the first commercialized automatic pin setter was licensed, creating a machine that would set the pins automatically and making the pin boys unnecessary. Now those are the major changes in the game of bowling. As technology grows, the game does change year to year, but it's more of a smaller matter. But it will keep changing every day. So let's talk equipment. First, let's start with the lane. The lane is made up of 4 specific parts. The first being the actual lane, that is where you're going to throw the ball. Second is the gutter, the 2 little gullies down the side, those are where you want to avoid. Third are the pins, which is the goal, you want to knock down all the pins. And the 4th spot is the arrows, that's where you're going to aim when you are throwing the ball. Next we have bowling balls here. I've brought 2 in. There are 4 types of bowling balls. There's plastic, which is the lane ball you're used to seeing when you go bowling. There is a urethane, which is this one. Urethane has more hook. This one is the reactive resin. This is a straighter ball that has a harder roll, and then there's a new one, the particle, which is a combination of the 2. Let's get into them. The plastic is the lane ball you're used to. It's a straight ball. You're not going to get very much hook at all. This is the urethane ball. It has more hook, and as you can see, it starts from the inside, goes all the way out to the outside, and then comes back in. Whereas with this one, the reactive resin is more of a straight shot that just hooks at the end. This one rolls faster and cuts in harder at the end, whereas the urethane hooks all the way through. And then the new one is the particle, which is a combo of these 2. So it has the hard finish as the reactive resin, but it has the huge hook as the urethane. Now there's other things you need. You could get a wrist brace. I don't use that, but it keeps your wrist straight, which will give you more control. And then you will need, of course, you'll need bowling shoes, or you can get the lane shoes, which do look pretty cool. And then you need a towel, and that'll wipe the ball off with oil. That way you can get more hook, and it just keeps it clean. As you can see, this one was not wiped off very well, and you can see the oil marks all over it. There's 2 ways to have your ball drilled. One is the fingertip and one is full finger. Full finger is where it's what you would see at the bowling alley, where your whole fingers would fit into the holes. Fingertip, obviously just your fingertips will fit into it. What this does, the fingertip gives you more control, and it allows you to twist the ball more or hook the ball more. That's why fingertip is the way to go. So now you've seen all the equipment. It's about time to learn about the approach. I'm going to start with the 4-step approach, which is the easiest way to do it. So let's take a look at the 4-step approach. Alright, as you can see, this is the stance. It's a pretty solid stance. The knees are bent, the ball is at the hip. Your hand is under the ball, and that's where you want to start. Then you take your first step. This step, you're stepping with the same foot as the ball, as the hand that you're going to throw with. And as you take that step, you're pushing the ball out using both hands. Your bowling hand directly under it, your other hand supporting it. And as you see, as he moves on to the second step here, this is where you're Stepping with your opposite foot, and you're starting your backswing right here. Third step, pretty similar. You're going to keep going with that backswing at least as far as you're going to bring the ball up. And again, you're on your same foot as your bowling hand. The last step is called the slide. On this step, your main foot is the foot opposite of your bowling hand. That is the foot you're going to slide on. And you bring your arm down from the backswing all the way through, releasing the ball when your hand is at the bottom there. As you can see, he follows through here, bringing his hand up, and the easiest way to think about it is bring the hand up as if you're shaking somebody's hand. So why don't we take one more look at the four-step approach. Now that's the four-step. There is the five-step, which is very similar to the four-step. It just has one extra step used for balance. I have a clip of that. Let's see the five-step. As you can see right there, she uses just the half step there, but the ball never moves. And then from there on, it's basically another four-step approach. So the only difference is that one half step for balance. Since they both come down basically to the four-step approach, I recommend using the four-step approach. It's the easiest one to learn. So now we've seen the equipment, we've seen the approach. I say we head out to the lanes. Let's get going. So there you have it. You know all about the equipment, you know all about the lanes, and you are ready to throw some strikes. But what do you do when that's not the case? Now is the time for you to start making adjustments. Throw a few practice shots and pay attention to where the ball hits the pins. If the ball hits too far left, then you need to move your start point in your stance to the left. And if your ball hits too far right, move the start point in your stance to the right. Then continue aiming your ball at the same place and continue moving your feet until the ball starts to strike. It's as easy as that. Now you know everything there is to know about bowling. So head out to the lanes because you are on your way to shooting high scores.